up on a separate question that was asked by one of my colleagues in the room about the student loans and the wait for the decision from the Supreme Court as it relates to this. I know that you said earlier that there is no other plan. The plan right now is the one that's being presented before the Supreme Court, and you feel strongly in your case. Obviously, those who have loans that they would owe in case this is rejected don't have that same ability. They have to have a backup plan in case. I know that 2 months would pass before they would have to pay those loans again in case the Supreme Court rejects this here. But what do you say to those Americans who have tens of thousands of dollars that they might be responsible for 2 months after the court makes its decision if they choose to reject it? Yeah. How should they be preparing right now for that, and what would you do to protect them?
And I'll just add that yesterday, right in front of the Supreme Court, you saw many of those Americans speaking out loud and clear and saying how important the president's plan is to them because they're being crushed.
But what should be
No,
the plan B? Because everybody who has their own budget at home has to have a plan B.
I hear you, Peter, and you asked me what the message was to the American people. You heard, I just laid out or mentioned how Secretary of Education sent an email out to those borrowers saying that, hey, we have your back. This is an administration, when you think about the president and the last couple of years here, that is kind of his motto, right? We have your back. We will do everything that we can to protect Americans and give them, again, some space to actually be able to be part of this growing economy. And so, look, we do not have another plan. This is our plan. This is it. We believe that we have the legal authority. That's why we took it to the highest court of the land, the Supreme Court, and we're going to continue to fight. And you saw the Solicitor General do a fantastic job in putting forth a strong argument defending the president's plan.
Just to be clear, though, so you don't have another plan, which is to say for those other, and you have those individuals' backs, which is to say if this is rejected, though, there isn't anything in the works right now by this administration.
What I'm saying to you, Peter, what I'm saying to you, Peter, is this is our plan. It is a good plan because how it helps Americans across the country, especially working Americans, middle-class Americans. So this is our plan. And you heard it. You heard it. The reason I mentioned the folks that were in front of the Supreme Court. And I said they should know that we are going to continue to fight, that we feel strong in our legal authority here. And you heard it. You heard it from the SG yesterday, who defended it, the president's plan in a forceful way in front of the Supreme Court.